You're now live, it says. So I must be live if it says I'm live. Hello and welcome to today's broadcast in wonderful Wiltshire. I am, and I've just been out for a walk, which I'll tell you about later. But I've got a couple of things to do. I've got to go to my iPad, press preview and go live. So we are going live on Amazon Live. We are live now. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, thank you very much. If you're watching on the website, thank you so much. I'm going to check out the website shortly. But we are broadcasting today to Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon Live, of course, and the website. So thank you for joining me. I just need to do one thing in my studio, which I've got 9 seconds left to do. Is to go here, and if I go here, hang on, I missed a step. Just a minute. Just let me do that again. Okay, let's come back here and come to me. Okay, you were looking out over, you're looking out over my neighbour's gardens then. That's basically the view. Out the window, you can see it's about low 60s at the moment. I've just been for a walk, as I said, and we might see birds, we might see butterflies. Anything's possible at this time of year. Anyway, let's get on with the live broadcast. I am not a Logitech Brio, so can take that off the screen and go over here and come here. So, welcome to the broadcast with Stephen, live from England. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey, and it says it here. It says Lights, Camera, Action, talking about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live video, and Fitbits. And that's what we're going to do during the course of today's broadcast. Thank you for joining me on Amazon Live. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting, about cameras, about microphones, about any aspect at all, then feel free to ask me questions in the comments on Amazon Live. I can see your comments in my studio, theoretically, fingers crossed, and I can also show them on screen. Now, if you're logged into Amazon, I might be able to get your picture as well, but I'll certainly get your name and the comment or question that you've raised. And all right, okay. Now, I'm wearing my new Fitbit Charge 5, and we're looking at that during the course of this broadcast. And I've just been out for a 4-mile walk. I've decided to up my game and try and get out for a walk every day using the Fitbit and see what effect that has. Okay, Fitbit Charge is fantastic because it's got GPS built in and you can track where you've been and you can get your speed results and you can get your heart rate results, breathing rate, everything is available using and wearing a Fitbit. Okay, so we're going to start the show today. Go down to the carousel and hopefully it's the right carousel. Okay, it is. Yep. Okay, and we're going to start off with the Logitech Brio. Now you're actually watching a Logitech Brio camera now. This is it. And I'm broadcasting out to you using the Brio. It's actually sat on top of my BenQ monitor, 27-inch monitor, which is down in the carousel too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the software that controls most Logitech cameras. I say most because the Miro, which my good friend Nick Wood normally shows on when we're live on a Monday, has its own software. So I will show you the software. It's already ready, set up to go, and I'll show you why it's important. Every time you buy hardware, whether you buy a camera or a microphone, to get the software too, because the software is free and it totally changes what you can do with the camera, because otherwise you're actually stuck on the default settings. Right, okay, so I need to go over here. Basically what I've done is I've written everything down. So I'm just going to switch that camera off. I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to bring this up on screen. 3, 2, 1. And what we're talking about. No, not that. Let's hide that. Switch this camera on. We'll get there in a minute. What we're talking about is Logitech Brio. And this is how it looks. And it's actually on top of my monitor. It's got a little shelf at the front, which just hook over the back of your monitor. And if you don't want to use a monitor, what you can actually do is you can put, if I find the right place to do this, I'm going to resume and I'm going to go to the desktop, show this on screen. Just a minute. That's not what I wanted to show you. Just a minute. This is what I wanted to show you. You can actually mount most cameras now on a tripod. Now, this tripod is down in the carousel. It's new to me, and it simply works. And it's a very sturdy tripod that goes from 12 to 30 inches. But on top of that, we've got mounted at the moment an OBSpot camera. And the OBSpot is my favorite camera. I've got two of them, as you will see during the course of this live broadcast. But you're actually watching now Logitech Brio, which is the camera there. It's 131.79 down in the carousel. And if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, thank you. We actually brought the carousel over to Facebook and YouTube, or pictures of it. You can't do what people can do on Amazon Live, though. You can't click the images. Okay, so that's the only difference left. We can show you the item, we can show you the price at the start of this show. And if you want to know more, and you're on Facebook or YouTube, there's a link up above. Click that link, and that will bring you over to Amazon Live for the Amazon Live experience. Okay, so the camera is Logitech Brio 4K webcam, and it is Ultra 4K HD video. Now, word of explanation. I'm broadcasting to you in 720, which is, to all intents and purposes, DVD quality. The camera we're looking at is broadcasting to you in 720 now, because that's a stipulation from Amazon that to be friendly to everybody, we broadcast in 720p. But it's DVD resolution. It's very good quality. The next step up is 1080p, and that's high definition. And then up there somewhere is 4K. And what you're getting with the increasing numbers, 720, 1080, and 4K, is more pixels. And when you get more pixels, you get a clearer picture. Yeah. Now, I was curious about this 4K. Okay. And so I got myself the Brio camera, and I can't go live from my browser, but I can go live from OBS or vMix or XSplit VCam. And I went live with OBS, and on OBS, it's simple and straightforward. Open OBS, add your Brio, set the destination to YouTube, to your YouTube account, give permissions, and then set your resolution to 4K. Those are the 3 steps. And then hit the go live button. And you're live on YouTube in 4K, glorious 4K, full Technicolor. And it's night and day. That if you look at a 4K video as opposed to a 720 video, you can see, well, it's warts and all. Yeah, you get a clearer picture of the person you're actually looking at. Now, I'm happy to broadcast in 720, I tell you. But when I did the 4K broadcast to YouTube using OBS and the Brio, I was just astonished at the quality. At the moment, there are a few places we can broadcast to in 4K. As I say, we can't do it from a browser. You have to do it from an application. The application of choice would be OBS, which is free, and broadcasting to YouTube is free. So the experience costs you nothing, and you just take your camera out of its box, plug it into your PC or Mac, and you're away. And you're broadcasting in 4K. Your friends can come along to YouTube, or your followers, and they can watch the broadcasting in 4K. They can watch it live in 4K. They can watch the recording in 4K. Though it has to be said that YouTube set a default lower than 4K. So you've got to go to the little cog underneath the video and raise the resolution to 4K. But you can watch in 4K. You can watch the replay in 4K. And it's a totally different world. Now, speaking to the engineers at Be Live, because I'm broadcasting on Be Live today, just let you know where I'm broadcasting from. If I put this logo up on screen. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Apply. Right. Now we've got it. I'm producing the show, as well as hosting the show, as well as being the talent on the show. So forgive me, something doesn't quite go right during this broadcast. The joy of live broadcasting is that things don't always go right, and you've got to be prepared for them and take action. And I'm going to do that probably several times during this broadcast. So it's Ultra 4K, which means you're getting a very high quality picture. It's got a noise cancelling microphone. Now, in terms of what is noise cancellation, it's been very hot in the UK recently, between 70 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and we don't do hot. We don't have aircon. Only 5% of the properties in the UK have aircon. So the only thing you can do is to open your window. And I opened my window, my neighbour opened his. Unfortunately, my neighbour was fitting a new bathroom, and I could hear it. But I was broadcasting whilst he was doing that. He was putting the bathroom in, he was sawing wood, he was hammering away, he was drilling, all sorts of noise, as he can. It's not a problem. But I didn't want to mind broadcast. And this is where a noise cancelling microphone comes in, because the only voice that you can hear the only voice that you can hear now is mine. Okay. If any noise is in the background, you just won't hear them. And that's what a noise cancelling microphone does. It cuts out background noise. Now, if you have a dog and you're on a Zoom call or on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and your dog barks, if you don't have a noise cancelling microphone, everybody will hear it. Now, it's music to your ears, but not necessarily to people on a business Zoom call or Facebook or YouTube. So it's good to have noise cancellation built into the microphone. Now, the next thing is lighting. I am actually being lit by Logitech Litra light, which is down in the carousel. $59.99 last time I looked. It's a darn good light, and I'm going to switch it off now. I'm controlling it with software. My hands won't move, but I've switched the light off. Now you can still see me. You can still see me because the camera, the Brio on my BenQ monitor is doing its best to compensate. But I do think that even, I'm late afternoon, it is good to have lighting. And Logitech Litra Glow light is the best I've found. It's down in the carousel and it's lighting me at this very moment. And it just works. It's got a wide field of view. Now, hopefully, just a minute. I'm almost prepared for this broadcast, almost. It has a wide field of view. This is my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which we'll meet during the course of this broadcast. The best mobile phone that Samsung ever produced. It's down in the carousel. That is the 90-degree angle, through which the Brio can see. So it can see an angle, an arc like that. Now we can change that arc. We can take it from 90 down to 78, down to 65, and I'll show you how when I show you the software in a few minutes' time. So wide field of view. Always check cameras for noise cancellation, which is important, we've explained, light auto correction, and a wide field of view. Okay, and the Brio has got all those. As we've said, it's 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam, and its auto light adjustment we just looked at is called Right Light. Everybody's got their own version of it. Sort of HubSpot is called something else, and it's got 3 fields of view, which are 90, 78, and 65. Okay, now come back to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go over here, and this is a live part of the broadcast. Anything can happen and probably will. I need to get the right piece of software first. Got it? Okay, so I'm going to bring the software on screen, And I just need to go to my iPad, just a second. And we're still live, and I want to say thank you for watching me today. Thank you for spending part of your time with me today. We're now going to look at the software that controls the majority of Logitech cameras. And this is it. This is a program called, I've got it written down, I've got it written down, a program called Logitech Capture. Well, now basically with Logitech Capture, you have control of your camera, whether it's a C920, 922, 925, 930 or C270, and probably a few more besides. Yeah, you've got control. Okay, now just let me take that off. I'm going to show you Logitech Capture. I'm just going to hide that for a moment. Do remind me to bring it back. Okay, now the software is loaded on my PC. You could equally well load it on your Mac. And using the software, which is what I'm going to do now, I can go down, I can go back up, I can go left, and I can go right. Okay, so we're back to where we began. So those 4 controls actually control where you are on screen. Now, as far as that's concerned, you should try to be in the middle of the screen. You should try to have headroom. Appearing on a Zoom call like this is not good. Frame yourself. Make sure you've got room at the top. Make sure you're in the middle of the screen. Make sure you're looking at camera. Looking at camera is a learned skill, and I'm still learning. Okay, most of the time I do manage to look at camera. It does make a difference. And it's a sort of magical thing that if I look at the camera, it seems as though I'm looking directly at you. And if you can do that on a Zoom call, then you'll get people's attentions, because most of the time people are actually talking and not looking at the camera, and you think they're a bit distracted, they're not looking at me. But if you look at the camera, then it seems as though I'm talking straight to you. It's a bit unnatural for me, but I'll explain why during this broadcast. But if you sit off to the side like this, that's not a good look. Not on a Zoom call. What you want to be is front and center and looking at the camera. Okay. Now, the software that I'm about to use is called Logitech Capture. Yeah. And I'm just going to remove the Be Live logo, because you know that I'm broadcasting from Be Live now. So let's take the logo off and just substitute it with another logo. Right. So, my name's now on screen. Okay. Over there. That's me. Yes, I'm English. I live in Wiltshire in England. I live half an hour from Stonehenge, half an hour from Salisbury, half an hour from Avebury. It's an amazing place, full of history. Right, okay, back. Now, I've got the software, and the next thing that I can do is I can use this software to zoom in and zoom out. Let's just do that, shall we? So you've got me, and I'm going to zoom out once, twice. I'm also going to go to 90 degrees. Okay, now you can see I'm not wearing a black jumper. You can see it's got red on it. You can see my T-stand behind me with the backdrop. See, it's not a real brick wall. I'm giving the secret away now. Okay, and behind that you can see a green screen. Now, I do a green screen broadcast every Friday at 11 o'clock. If you're interested in green screens and green screen software, do join me then, and I'll show you the best of green screens and the best of green screen software and how to get the most out of it. But the thing is that this is the camera's default settings. Now, a lot of people that I've been watching don't actually get beyond this. Yeah, they don't download the Logitech Capture software, which means that you are locked in to using the camera's default settings. Yeah, and you can see the books over there. You can see the Samsung all-in-one PC over there. You can see my Japanese souvenir over there as well. You can see I've left a drawer open. Just a minute. I'll have to sort that out afterwards. Suddenly realized I wasn't totally prepared for this broadcast. So basically, if you've got the software, you're in control and you can appear on screen as you wish. Now, if I go here and I zoom in once, twice, and go to 78 degrees, that's me happy because I've got headroom, I'm in the center of the screen, and I'm not going to move about too much. Yeah. And we all talk with our hands. When I'm broadcasting live on Amazon, I try not to talk with my hands. Okay. I try just to be me present without any hand movements. So, but the thing is, the camera default settings, you have the choice. The software that I'm showing you, which is Logitech Capture, is totally free. And there's no reason not to download it. Go to logitech.com, type in Logitech Capture, download the software to your PC. It'll be recognized straight away because millions of people have been there before you, PC or Mac, and you've got total control of the camera. Now, behind me, you can see that I don't have a brick wall. What I have in fact have, let's just explore this a little bit further. What I have behind me, he said, I'm hoping to find it shortly. Just to give me a second. I'm actually down in the carousel, scrolling along. Yeah. Down in the carousel now is the eMart T stand. Now, the problem I've got is that my office, as you can see, is not too wide. So the normal stands that you put backdrops onto have got 2 feet, one either side, and poles going up. And it just wouldn't have worked because at the bottom of the pole is a tripod. Yeah. So I wanted one central pole going up and then 2 bars going out. Now, I got this a couple of weeks ago. It is so simple to assemble, and it does give you basically a lot of opportunities because the next item in the carousel is the backdrop. Now, the backdrop I bought for $14.99. And the thing is, it's high quality. It is thick-ish. Yeah, I mean, I've manhandled this. When I do the green screen show on Fridays, I take this T-bar stand out, put it in the bedroom, and then bring it back in again. Yeah, so I haven't torn it yet, and I don't think I ever will. It's great quality. And the thing is that for less than $55, you can change the way that you look on camera. You just need 2 things. You need the eMart T stand, which is down in the carousel, which is simple to assemble, quarter of an hour. Oh, by the way, everything I'm showing you, I own. I bought from Amazon. So the T stand and the backdrop combined, $55, and you can change the way you look on a Zoom call so easily, because once you've got those in place, then that's it. Okay. And apart from the crease in the wall, it looks like a brick wall. My partner Angelica sort of helped me steady it. We're still working on that one, of course. I can see it's sort of lean, a brick wall that leans. Okay, it will get more realistic with time. But the point about this is that the software you want is Logitech Capture. Yeah, and you should download it by going to logitech.com and searching for it. And it will control your C920, 922, 925, 930, and the Brio and the C270. We've talked about the photography backdrop. We're very lucky. There are thousands of photography backdrops for us to choose from because the photographers have been there first. So as live broadcasters, we have thousands. There are quite a selection on Amazon. Just type in photography backdrop and you can be anywhere in the world. You can have a brick wall, you could have an Hawaiian beach, you could have a Wild West town. I've got another one. Just a minute. Back in a second. I'm cracking the office up. I've got another one, which is this one, which I'm in the process. I've got it right with these. They come folded, and what you've got to do is then take a warm iron, turn this so that the pattern side is down on the ironing board, and then just gently iron out the creases. Once you've ironed out the creases, then you can put them onto your stand. Now, that's a tip that I picked up on YouTube. Okay, I typed in how to remove creases on a backdrop, and wonderful people on YouTube said this is what you do. So I'm passing that information on to you, and I'm going to get this ready. I might do it after the show today, and I might appear with it tomorrow. I mean, I bought it, so I best use it. Okay, so that's the backdrops, and it is a way to actually change the way you look on camera, and presentation is everything. Yeah, I mean, if I just came with just the green screen, then it's boring. Okay, up your game. $55. Get the T stand, get the backdrop. You can choose any backdrop you like. You put the T stand up, and the thing is, okay, as well as changing the way you actually present, it's also hiding things. Yeah. If you're broadcasting from a room behind you which is busy, then you can put the T stand up and bring it behind you, and everything behind the T stand gets hidden. Yeah. So it's a great way of hiding where you are. Yeah. I mean, green screens are a way of doing that too. And I'm a fan of green screens as well as backdrops. But a backdrop is a way of getting people to focus on you and on being tidy. Okay. Just a note, I am broadcasting today using be.live, and the software I use on Fridays to actually do the green screen thingy is XSplit VCam. And also, finally, I'm using a piece of software. I talked about noise cancellation earlier. My microphone today is the Elgato Wave 3. Okay. In terms of microphones, you've got your internal microphone, which is good. Okay. Then you've got a camera with a microphone, which is better. And then you've got an external microphone. Yeah. So you go from internal mic, camera with mic, to external microphone. And you can pay what you want, really. I mean, if you're broadcasting on Zoom, then you can use your camera and microphone in your kit. You don't have to get anything else. If you're broadcasting out to the world and you're broadcasting business broadcasts, then you should have an external camera and external microphone. And it's continual, never-ending improvement. You don't go from having no kit to having everything. I get new kit every month. It goes into my carousel. I can show it to you. So I will show you some of the new kit I've got this month. But noise cancellation, there is a free version, and that gets rid of the noises irrespective of the microphone you're actually using. Okay, so we've been talking about Logitech Brio webcam. I've been showing you the software, and I'm going to bring this on screen. So I've been talking, no, not that one. Okay, I pressed the wrong button there. Let's try again. We've been talking about Logitech Brio camera. It's down in the carousel. At least it will be in a minute. Okay, and we're going to go over here. And the thing about Logitech Brio camera is that today the Logitech Brio camera is $131.79. It is 12% off. Okay, so in the carousel next, we're going to go to the Logitech Brio. From Logitech Brio to my favorite camera, the Ulspot Tiny. Let's just take that logo off because you all know who I am now, hopefully. Okay. Okay, next to me is the Ulspot Tiny. And this here is the Ulspot. You have a lens on top. It's mounted on a two-axis gimbal, and it's got 140-degree field of view. We said earlier the Brio has a 90-degree field of view. This can see through 140 because it's on a swivel. Okay, it can go up and down, and it can go right and left. Underneath that, you've got the body of the camera, and that takes a USB. You can't see it, can you? I'm touching it, but you can't see it. That takes a USB-C. Yeah, so that's the setup. Now, you can either mount the camera on top of your monitor, and if you mount the camera on top of your monitor, okay, there is a mount, which I'm about to show you. On the bottom of the hotspot is a magnet. On the mount is a magnet. And basically, this goes on top of your monitor with that lip. And then here is an adhesive strip. So it fits and you glue it onto your monitor. I have to say, I had to remove this. It doesn't come off easily. Yeah, it really does get glued to the monitor, literally. So if you're putting it on the monitor, it's going to be very, very solid. Yeah, if you put it on a tripod is thread and screw, and it just goes together. Yeah, so you can either have it on your monitor, totally safe, or you can have it on a tripod, again, totally safe. It's very, very versatile. But what I need to do now is come off here, and I need to go to my list of things. So we're looking at the Oswald Tiny PTZ 4K webcam. It is, oh, wait a minute. It's occurred to me, just a minute. I need to do something. I can't talk about the OBSpot and use the OBSpot, use the Brio, can I? What I should do is talk about the OBSpot using the OBSpot. Okay, just a minute. I want to be the other way around. Okay, I like being on the left. Okay, so I'm sure you're actually watching the OBSpot camera now, and hopefully we still have sound. So this is the OBSpot 4K, and it's got AI-powered framing and auto focus. So if I go like this, and I bring, I've just finished charging my Aftershocks earbuds. As I went out for a 4-mile walk today, and I had the earbuds on, paired to my Samsung Galaxy phone, listening to Susie Quattro. Okay. The beat of Susie's songs is such that it makes you walk faster. And that's the whole idea of going out and walking, is to walk faster than you normally do. But the thing is that I can take these, and this is autofocus. If I lift these up and put them closer to the screen, the focus goes from me to that object. Perhaps show you better if I bring back the mount. If I put the mount full screen, full center, you can see autofocus. You're actually focused on this now, as opposed to being focused on me. And the framing, the air-power framing, it will always make sure that you've got a headroom. It will always make sure you've got the center of the screen. And I'm going to demonstrate some well, I'm going to do a demonstration in a minute. So hold on, anything can happen. Right, it's a 4K video conference camera. It's a good one as well. As I'm going to show you now. The first thing that impressed me about the OBSpot is that it's got 3 presets. In other words, it's got 3 different angles it can show. So this is me. Okay. This is my, just a minute. Just a minute. What's going on? Just a second. I need to check something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This will work in a second. I'm sure it will. What have I done? I've done something wrong. Oh, wait up. Darn. This is me on the OBSpot. Okay. This is my desktop. This is view 2. Okay, 3 presets. And this is view 3, which is looking out to the garden. Now, the OBSpot has 4 times zoom. And if I zoom out here, you will see that you're actually looking through the office window. Yeah, and there's the OBSpot and there's my hand. And if we zoom in, we're actually looking out of my neighbour's gardens. This is a live shot. It's a low 60s today. Alexa, what's the temperature?
At the moment, it's 18 degrees Celsius. Tonight,
Alexa, stop.
You can expect to...
So it's 18 degrees Celsius at the moment. But that's preset 1, preset 3. Preset 2 is my desktop, and just going around the desktop, if I move out the way, I'm going to show you this USB hub. I'm going to show you the Echo Dot, TP-Link Deco Wi-Fi, the OBSBots we're talking about, the stand the OBSBot is on we're going to look at too. We've already seen these, which are the Aftershocks earbuds I've been using. Then we've got the X3 Pro, and then my favorite stand at the moment, which is the Lamical stand, which is there. And I'm going to put it front and center. It's a great stand for a larger phone. And I just said a moment ago that if I go here, that this is magnetic. Okay, it is magnetic. Okay, and this is made of metal. Okay, so let me go back to me. So as you've just seen, this camera has 3 presets. I've got some comments coming in, and I'll take the comments in a moment. Thank you for joining me. And basically, it's got 3 presets. So we proved that the camera can move from A to B to C. Now, if you think of a video conference with 5 people around a table, the person controlling the OBSBot can go from speaker 1, speaker 2 to speaker 3 and back again. One camera in the center of the conference table, and you could be on a Zoom call, you could broadcast to Facebook, YouTube. One camera in the center can cover 5 people sat down at a conference table. In addition to that, the camera is in the center of the table, and it's got an inbuilt or 2 inbuilt microphones, and it can hear everybody as they talk. There's no need for everybody to wear a microphone. There's no need for 5 cameras. This camera on its 2-axis gimbal can actually video 5 people sat around a table. Okay. Because it's got dual omnidirectional microphones. Okay, we've just seen that it's also got auto tracking. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a bit more about it. It's got low light correction. If I go here and I go here, probably, and I turn my light off, then I've gone darker. But the OBSBot tiny camera is actually compensating for that. So you can still see me, which is important. But if I turn the light back on, and this is the importance of lighting, that you can see me more clearly now. And I can see clearly now. This is all done by one small light, 3 inches square, Logitech LitraGlow light. The first light that Logitech produced is down the carousel. If you scroll the carousel, you'll find Logitech LitraGlow. Anyway, we talked about the OBSBot. So it does have low light correction, which means that you can still see me. The next thing it's got is, now this is marketing speak, it's got magical gesture control. If I go off solo, so that you can see the camera next to me, if you put your hand up in front of the camera lens there, it will start tracking you. If you put your hand up again, it will stop tracking you. If you go like that, the camera will zoom in. As we've just seen, it's got 4 times zoom. If you go like that, the camera will zoom out. So you can control it all by being sat in front of the camera lens. You don't need to be at your computer to control it with your hands. So magical gestures. The next, now this is important. It's got dual omnidirectional microphones. So it's got 2 microphones, and they're omnidirectional. They pick up the sound all around. They've got noise reduction, not noise cancellation. They don't get rid of all the background noise, they lower it. And this is important. Back to the conference table. If you've got 5 people sat around a conference table, they will all be heard by the twin microphones. Okay, next point. It's got 3 preset positions, which we've already seen. And it's got AI tracking. Okay, now I'm going to go full screen again. we've reached the part of the show where I do a demonstration. And we've got to be honest here. Sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's just go here a minute. Right. So I know I'm on the right camera. I know the wind is still blowing. Come back to me. That was just a test. Okay. Now, full thing. The thing that I love about the OBSBot is its versatility. 3 presets is just the beginning. If I press this button, and I'm just going to make one slight adjustment, just give me a second. I just want this to work. If I do that, okay, yes, the wall's moving, and now I'm moving. The thing about the OBSBot is that it's got AI tracking software. So as I move around the room, yeah, the camera is tracking me. And it's making sure I've got headroom. We talked about getting too close to the camera. It's making sure I've got headroom. It's making sure I'm in the center of camera wherever I move to. And these features, I just love the way that the OBSBot people work, because they regularly update the software I'm using now to control the two cameras, and they update the firmware as well. And every time they update the firmware for the original OBSBot, they update the firmware for the 4K OBSBot as well. And everything's kept in sync. And it means that I can walk around and I can come up to the camera and I can tell you about, okay, I couldn't do that. Well, I'll explain why in a minute. But these are Aftershokz earbuds, okay? And I'm going to my iPad and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go somewhere different just to digress for a moment. Forgive me for changing topic slightly, but you'll love this. I'm sure you will. Just a second. I just need to. I put them so far down in the carousel. It's not true. Right. So you're watching AI track. You're watching AI tracking live. You're watching me looking directly into the OBSBot camera lens, and you also see me wearing a pair of stylish blue headphones. Now, these blue headphones are from Aftershokz, and Aftershokz, they're just a very reputable company, and the product is so well engineered. Now, the thing about Aftershokz is they go over your ear. They do not go in your ear canal. Now, I've just been out for a 4-mile walk, an hour and 20 minutes, which is not bad for me. And I was wearing these, I was listening to T-Rex, Susie Quattro, and 2 or 3 others as well, as I walked along, and it's paired with my Samsung Galaxy S22 phone. And I was listening to music and just enjoying myself. And I'm just waiting. It's not stopped tracking me, has it? This can happen mid-demonstration, you know. No, it's not stopped tracking me. I'm back. Okay, I was listening to it pairs with the phone easily. Just switch Bluetooth on, look for the Aftershokz, and it works. So I was listening to music, and music was driving me forward to walk faster. Now, I live in the UK. Just a minute. I live in Wiltshire, in England, as you know. I live in England, and we get quite a bit of rain around here. And these are waterproof, which is good. Now, these are basically headphones for actually using outdoors. Okay, for walking, jogging, running, or cycling, these are ideal. They're not going to fall off. They're not going to irritate you because they're not in your ear. Because they're not in your ear, then you can hear the traffic around you, which I did today. You can hear the silent cyclist coming up behind you, which I did today. And you can talk to the person next to you and hear them. Yeah. So the hearing, well, obviously they're not in your ears, so you're not hearing through your ear canal. These are bone conducting headphones, and the sound travels through your skull. Is it hi-fi? No. Is it good quality? Yes. Susie Quattro sounded great. Well, she sounds great anywhere, but on these headphones, it sounds spectacular. You can take and make phone calls using the headphones. As far as making phone calls is concerned, you can use voice dial. There's an AI assistant giving you voice dial. The quality of build is good. You can get other colors. If you click the link down the carousel, it'll take you to the Aftershocks page and you can see other colors and other models. Okay, there's a great range of Aftershocks headphones. I was very fortunate. Back in July, we went to Farnborough in England, and Aftershocks actually had a stand there, and the quality of the kit and the support that they give people, totally amazing. So these are Aftershocks, and they're down in the carousel, and they are the best headphones I've had. I can't say fairer than that. And let's get back. I'll put that down now. I'm being tidy. I'm actually putting them away. So I'm going to put those away and put those down. But we're actually looking at the AI tracking and the fact that this camera can track me wherever I go. If I bend forward, the camera will track me. If I go to the side, it will track me. Yeah. And this means that I can present either sat down or stood up, and the Oberspot does it all. And I'm now going to take you to the difference between an Oberspot and a Brio. Hang on. Whilst I'm sitting down, I'm going to go here and show you the desktop again. And then I'm going to, hopefully, whilst that's going on and whilst you're looking at the desktop, I'm just distracting you, don't worry. I will be back in a second. Okay. Back to me. Right, so I'm comfortably sat down again now, and I'm going to get somewhere. Just a minute. I'm knocking my desk about. And my coffee. I can't knock my coffee over. Right, let's just take a few comments, and I'm going to do a comparison. Right, so comments coming in, and I'm just catching up now. So first comment is from Rayan, and Rayan is tagging Carla. Rayan, a great friend and supporter of live video, in fact, supporter of people in general. And over to Carla. And oh, thank you, Rehan. Rehan is busy tagging people. Thank you. And over to Rehan again. And okay, 4 people. Just to explain, Rehan, I'm actually live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm also live on Amazon Live, which is where this broadcast goes to primarily. And I'm just grateful for everybody who's joined me today. If you want to see what Amazon Live is like, there should be a link up above to take you over to Amazon Live. Alternatively, you can type in stephenhealey.live, or alternatively, you can just stay on Facebook. Right, now, I don't know what's in the next one. Just a minute. Just a minute, people. Over here, I've got reading glasses. Just a second. Okay, I would absolutely love to speak with Stephen Healey, Rayan Alawala. I think Stephen and I are already friends. We are. Hi, Stephen. I've been a teacher, says Carla. I've been a teacher. You see, I can't show this on screen because it just won't fit. Okay, that will scroll. I'd absolutely love to speak with Stephen Healey, Rayan Alawala. I think Stephen and I are already friends. That's true. Hi, Stephen. I'm Carla. I've been a teacher most of my life and live in Washington, D.C. And that's as far as we can go. But thank you, Carla. I will contact you after this broadcast. So that's Carla Reichman, and a lot of messages from Rayan. Good day. Good day to you, sir. And thank you for joining me live. Okay. And I'm just going to go over here. Just give me a second. Just a minute. Just indulge me a moment. Okay, I'm just going to close that down. Don't need it anymore. Come back to my studio and officially say, hello, Rayan. I've just posted that on Amazon Live. Thank you very much. Okay, now, what we're going to do is this. I'm going to switch this. I'm going to hide that because we are talking about that camera, Oswald Tiny 4K PTZ. I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to switch this camera on. And I'm going to go like this. This is Logitech Brio. This is the Oswald 4K. And I'm just going to change things up a bit. I'm going to go here and go side by side. And you now have the two cameras. Now, trick here, I've got two cameras, one microphone. Okay, that's how I'm doing this. So in my studio, in my Be Live studio, and let's show where I'm broadcasting from. Okay, this is my Be Live studio. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to compare the Logitech Brio with the Oswald 4K. Now, I'm looking at the Brio, so you know which one I'm looking at. They're both on top of the BenQ monitor, but you can only look at one camera at one time, so I've chosen the Brio. Both the Logitech Brio and the Oswald 4K come from reputable companies. They're both broadcasting in 4K, 1080 and 720. The Logitech Brio, Alexa, who are Logitech?
According to Wikipedia, Logitech International SA is a Swiss-American multinational manufacturer of computer peripherals and software, with headquarters in Lausanne, Switzerland, and Newark, California.
Alexa, stop.
The company has...
So, Logitech, Swiss-American, with headquarters in Newark, California. I've never tried the next bit before. We'll find out. Alexa, who are Obsbot?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. Osborne is a Spanish brandy.
Alexa, stop.
Did that answer?
Right, okay. Logitech's been around so long. Obsbot is relatively new, but there is the Obsbot difference, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that difference right now. And the Brio's brilliant camera is static. It sits on your monitor. It does what it was designed to, and to in a certain extent, this is, well, if I go here, just a minute, and I go here, this may or may not work. I'm going to take my life in my hands here. This may or may not work. Okay, you ready for this? Okay. The difference between the Obsbot and the Brio is this. When I was sat down, both cameras had me center screen, headroom, no problem at all. As soon as I stand up, the Brio has no idea where I am. Whereas the Obsbot is keeping track of exactly where I am. It's putting me in the center of the screen and making sure that I've got headroom. So the Obsbot has the advantage because the Obsbot is actually tracking your face. The Brio was never designed to do this. Now, there are Logitech cameras which can do what I'm showing you now. Okay, the Brio, however, is a static camera, and if you're comparing the two, I think you have to take this into account that the Obsbot is on a 2-axis gimbal and it can track where you are. And I wish I could do sign language. I can't. Okay. Whilst I'm sitting down again, I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. Okay, so this is me sitting down again. Okay. Now, as I said at the beginning of this, if you weren't here at the beginning, okay, this is what the Obsbot looks like. I've got it not on my monitor. It's actually perched on a tripod stand, which is new to me, down in the carousel. And you've got the lens, which is on top, and then you've got the 2-axis gimbal, and then you've got the body of the camera. It connects via USB-C. Okay. Now, let's come back to me. as I say, OBSBot are absolutely brilliant because they keep everything up to date. And once you've got it, they're going to update the firmware on the camera, and they're going to update the software that controls it. Just to show you the software that controls it, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to share screen, and I'm going to share a window. I'm going to bring this on screen. Okay, this is the software that controls the OBSBot. Okay, and you can see that the software is actually controlling 2 OBSBots. Okay, it's controlling 2 OBSBots, and this is one of them. Okay, I'm going to switch that camera off. Okay, so this is controlling the software. If I click, you can see I've got Stephen. Then I've got, if I go desktop, it moves to desktop. If I go garden, then it goes to the garden. It's got 4 times zoom, so I can zoom out. Yeah, and you can see that we're looking out through the office window. We've got the OBSBot, and I can zoom back in again. All of this is whilst I'm live. I can come back to the desktop, and I can zoom in on the desktop. Yeah, and zoom out again, or go back to where I first started, and then come back to me. Okay, now you see there, if I put this full screen for a second, you see there where it says tap lock there. That's basically, if you click that, that's when it starts tracking you. All you need to do to get it to track you is to actually click the tap lock button, and it will track you. Okay, and this is so easy. There is additional software as well, but this is go to obsbot.com, download the software, and you are in total control of every OBSBot that you own. And I'm proud owner of 2 OBSBots. I couldn't live without them. It helps me do the demonstrations, and I'm just blown away by the quality. So let's come back here, and we're back to me. I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, we need to settle things down again. You know this is the Brio, so I'm going to switch that off. Okay, and come back to here for a second. The OBSBot has got versatile mounting, and that's it. Now, whilst we're here, just a minute, that doesn't look right, does it? I mean, let's be fair, that doesn't look right. Let me go back to here, and I want to go back to the beginning again because I've not got the OBSBot in the carousel. So we've got the OBSBot in the carousel. Then the next to it is the OBSBot Tiny. Now it's the OBSBot Tiny that you can actually see here. Okay, you've been looking at the 4K. This is the Tiny. It's basically the same design, and it can everything that I have shown you about the OBSBot 4K is true of the 1080. The difference is the 4K has 4 times zoom and 4K. Yeah. The OBSBot that I'm showing you now, just a minute. The OBSBot I'm showing you now is the one that's down in the carousel, and that's the OBSBot Tiny. And the OBSBot Tiny today is 15% off. Now it can do the hand gestures, it can do this, it's got 2 times zoom, yeah, and 720p and 1080p. So for Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, it's ideal. Yeah, it does everything that I've shown you, and it's down in the carousel now, and it is on discount today. It's 15% off, and this is it, and it's beautiful design. The thing I like, amongst other things, is the privacy. Just watch, just a minute. Just watch this at the top here. Yeah, the lens has turned into the camera body, and that's total privacy. Watch it again. Shall I do it in reverse? Okay, and now it's back in shot. Okay, and I'm going to show you, if I come here and if I switch cameras, just a minute, I'm actually switching cameras to the OBSpot, my original OBSpot. Okay, and I'm going to go here and here, and I'm hoping to get there. Right. This is the OBSpot that's down in the carousel. And as you saw a moment ago, it's actually on a tripod, which is down in the carousel. If you scoot along, you'll find that the tripod I'm using, which is a new one to me. But the thing about putting a camera on a tripod, well, it has its advantages. The first thing you'll notice is that I am able consistently to look directly into the camera. And that's because the camera is looking directly at me. It's not higher up on a top of a monitor. I'll show you. Remember, we've got 3 presets with an OBSpot. If I go here, okay, this is the BenQ monitor. There's the OBSpot 4K. There's the Logitech Brio. There's the Logitech Litra low light that's down in the carousel, and there is the Logitech C920X. This here is my broadcasting studio, and this is BeLive, and you can actually watch now as I just change the logo. I can go to logo, click the logo, and apply, and that's it. So I'm controlling this broadcast from within that studio. But the thing is that it's so versatile. Yeah, that one. The thing here is, if you're broadcasting, your natural thing is to actually look at the screen there, whereas the camera is up there. So in other words, to look at the camera, both the Brio and the OBSpot, I've got to look upwards, and that's not natural. I mean, you can learn it, but it's not a natural skill. So what I'm saying is that if you put your OBSpot, onto, sorry, I've just sent something through the, I've seen a bird. If you put your OBSpot on a tripod, then it's a lot easier to look straight into the camera, and this looks very effective on a Zoom call. Whatever camera you've got, if you get a tripod, and there is one down the carousel, you can change the way you look on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch just by putting your camera on a tripod. It doesn't have to live there forever, just during the Zoom calls, because looking at the camera is what it's all about. This is how you are at your most effective, looking directly through the camera lens. And if the camera is on a tripod and it's at the right height, I can just ignore everything else. And all I have to do is look straight at the camera. It's simple. It's a lot easier. This is not a skill. This is just natural. Looks straight into the lens. Okay. Right. So the final shot is this shot. And this is taking you over to the chess set. And this chess set is in the carousel. And it's a beautiful chess set. I mean, the workmanship on these chess pieces, absolutely amazing. It is, as I say, it's down in the carousel. It's with the chessboard. Yeah, I just did it yesterday. Bit of product placement. If I can get that way, I want to go. I can't catch the light properly. This is supposed to be good. Just a minute. Let's do this. This is my BeLive mug. You can notice the logo up there. I actually work for BeLive. This is my broadcast, but I actually work for BeLive. And BeLive are actually also an Amazon Insider broadcasting on Amazon Live. It's a team of us. In actual fact, if I go down here, I'm not sure whether I've actually got the photo. Usually I have a photo. No, I've not got it with me today. I'll bring it again tomorrow. I'm live on Amazon Live every day at 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, and you can join me any day. You can ask questions. You're more than welcome to actually come along and join in. But I do work for Be Live. I'm proud to do so, and it's a great system for broadcasting live to Amazon. End of advert. Okay, right. Let's go back to the carousel, and the next thing I'm going to go to is this. Okay, the next item I'm going to talk about is here. Okay, it is this. I'm going to switch that camera off. I just bear with me a minute. I'm just making a few adjustments. I want to go back to the 4K camera, which is there. And I also want to put this on screen. Just give me a second, which is there. Take the logo off. Okay. Clear that. Apply. Okay. Your host today is Stephen Healey, live from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We've talked about Logitech Brio. We're about to talk about the Samsung S22 mobile. I want to say a big thank you for watching live. And if you've got any questions, then please do ask. Yeah. Okay. All right. In actual fact, just give me a second. I just want to close all this. And I want to open. I'm on the phone, just a minute. Not speaking to anyone, I'm just on the phone, literally on the phone. If I go here, which is Facebook, and I go here, which is Facebook, and I go to me, just have to wait a second. This is Facebook on my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and if I go down here, just a minute. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, price today is $999.95, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to demonstrate it, and if I go like that, just a minute, this should work. Okay, let's come back to me for a second. Okay, we are actually live on Facebook. The broadcast that's going out to, okay, we are live. The broadcast that's going out to Amazon Live is also going to Facebook and YouTube. What you're actually watching now is the show being played on, put that, I can do this, can't I? That's better. You can see the quality of the display on the Samsung Galaxy S22. And I'm quickly going to get picture in picture, unless I'm very careful. The White House are press briefing. Okay. So, Samsung Galaxy S22. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an overview, and then I'm going to, I can talk about this, yeah, but I want to show you things. And in a minute, I'm going to show you a video. So, this is the Samsung Galaxy, just a minute. This is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone, the best smartphone that Samsung have ever produced. This is the flagship product of 2022. The model you're looking at is 256 gigabytes of memory, 8K camera and 8K video. This can shoot 8K images and 8K video. 8K. The camera I'm broadcasting to you now, the Brio, is only 4K. This is 8K. It has. Just let me turn the sound down. That might be coming through. It's got the brightest display that a Samsung phone has ever had, and I can attest to this. If I go here and go here and go here, I was sat out in the garden earlier today, and it was bright sunlight, and I could still read the phone. important. On my old phone, not a chance. As soon as the sun came out on my old phone, I couldn't actually read it. But with this Galaxy S22, I can see my phone. Now, do you remember the Galaxy Note? The Galaxy Note was famous for having, I'm going to show you then and tell you, an S Pen. Yeah. So the S Pen is back on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And if I click here, then I can do this. Just give me a second. It'll be worth it. It won't take a second. I'm getting better at this. No. Okay. Hello, Amazon. It's a space. Now, the thing about the pen is that you can use it to write, obviously. There are several different applications that you can use to write. In addition to that, you can use it to control the phone. I mean, if I go here and just go back, okay, I can scroll, use it. Just a minute. Okay. This is a photograph that I took. This is me. This is me on Facebook. Okay. I can scroll very quickly. It's got a very fast scroll. This phone is on 4G at the moment. Okay. And that's the locks which are near. If I go there and go there, that's not going to work, is it? I didn't think it would. Okay. Those are locks. With the S Pen, you can actually control the whole of the phone, no problem. But the other thing is, if you're in a meeting and it's a phones off meeting, yeah, then you can make notes whilst your phone is switched off. You can save those notes whilst your phone is switched off, and then after the meeting, switch your phone on and the notes will still be there. It has a long battery life, between 24 and 30 hours, which is pretty darn good. I have, down in the carousel next to the phone, you'll find a recharger from Ugreen. It's worth having because it charges the phone faster. I've recharged this from 0 to 100% inside an hour using a similar device. It does take, if I go here, it does take 8K super steady video. Now, that's better. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you the phone. I'm going to show you the phone that way or that way. Which way? That's the right way up. So we'll go with that. That's working quite well. It's got 8K super steady video. Now, built into the phone is a stabilizer. And when you're actually shooting with a phone, the tendency is when we're walking for the phone to go up and down. The job of a stabilizer is to keep the phone steady or keep the image steady, and it does. I'll show you in a minute. Also, the phone has nightography, okay? The ability to take photographs at night. I'm going to show you a sample of that. The cameras on the rear, 108 megapixel, and the 3x zoom and 10x zoom. We've talked about the fact it's got adaptive color contrast, so you can actually see the phone. And we've talked about it's got long-lasting battery. You do need to have an external charger, though. It's got the embedded S Pen. And the thing I love about this, I know I'm saying this twice, but if I forget, if I take the phone out of the room and I leave the pen behind, I get a little message saying, "Excuse me, Stephen, have you left your pen behind?" I'll put it away now. I don't. Okay. The phone is unlocked by Samsung. It's dual SIM, so you can have two mobile phone numbers, two lots of texts, and dimension-wise, this is 6.8 inches. It's WQHD. It's 120 hertz refresh. We keep going on about that, but it is an amazing refresh. As far as charging is concerned, then you can charge at 45 watts using external charger, or you can do wireless charging 15 watts. the wattage number, the lower the number, the longer it takes. The rear camera, just to reinforce this, an amazing 108 megapixel, and the front camera is 40 megapixel. The camera itself was released on February 9th, 2022. As far as my review is concerned, I've only got one word for this mobile phone, and that's awesome. Now, as I said a few moments ago, I can blab for Britain, but it's better that I actually show you something. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a video, which is over here. And the video I'm about to show you was created using the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Yeah, and we are visiting, just a minute, the Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. This is a former industrial estate, and I'm going to switch my mic off. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Enjoy the tour of the gardens. Wiltshire in England, 93 miles from London. I'll be back. We're at the Quartz Garden and just had lunch. And the thing about the Quartz Garden is it's a beautiful place to actually stroll around and just enjoy the gardens. So I'm just going to walk around, and I am using my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and my new DJI OM5 gimbal. I've got the internal microphone on the Samsung, so no external mic. I'll try an external mic next time, but it's just so beautiful today. It's about 28 degrees, and I'm just going to try something here, because if I do this, I should be able to change the view. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to come down again. It's actually stuck, isn't it? Wait a minute. Let's adjust this. This is just a trial. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, or like that, or like that. I've got to be able to see what's on the screen, so I can see what's on the screen. And just wondering how steady this is. This is better than actually holding the phone. It's a lot easier to actually grip the gimbal than it is to actually grip the phone, so this is a win. But there's so many things this gimbal can do, and I really haven't learnt half of them, or even a quarter of them. But let's look at the borders, and there are people here today. Car park was full, but I don't think everybody actually came over here. But there's just flowers here in full bloom. We are at the beginning of August, first week in August, and the grounds here are just absolutely stunning. Now, the other thing that's important this year is that I've got my new eyes, which means that this year I can actually see clearly where I'm going. That's the entrance over there, where you come in, and then you led into the gardens. There's a cafe just round the corner, and everywhere there are places to actually sit down. Angelica's sat down at the moment while I'm taking this video. But if I try and walk a bit faster, the other thing that they said is that you can use this gimbal as a stand, and if you get the Mimo software, it will actually track you. I'm going to put that one to the test, but for today we're just checking the stability and the beauty, which is Quartz Garden in Wiltshire. And I'm just trying to find a path which nobody else is taking. Shall we go across here? Okay, so I'm going to go across here. I might come back again in a minute, but see what's through here. And There's nobody. Secret passage. Let's go back again. Now you can hear me. 3, 2, 1. Now you can hear me. Right. Okay. Just checking. In order to play a video, you have to switch the sound off. You've got to mute yourself, in other words. And the thing about muting yourself is remembering to unmute afterwards. Now, just occasionally, I forget, like I did then. The other thing is that after you play the video, your sound may go awry anyway. So I always check that you can still hear me, because it's important. Yeah. I mean, you can if you've not unmuted on Amazon, you still can't hear me. You can just see me. But if you haven't muted, you can hear me now. This live broadcasting, I mean, I've been doing this now for 7 years. Okay, I started with a system called Blab, which was 4 people on screen, yeah, talking to an audience text only. And it was amazing. Millions of people got involved. And this was before Facebook Live. And that's where I began. And I've just been recalling my live broadcasting journey, because 7 years ago, I was watching a live broadcast by Phil Aston, who lives down in Cornwall in England. And he got towards the end of his show. And I've got a comment from my friend Corinda, which might be relevant. Let's see. Which software? Just a minute, Corinda. Just give me a second. Corinda, welcome to the show. And Corinda, first of all, before he said that, said, hello, Stephen. Which software? I'm not sure which software, where. Okay. Can you tell me a bit more, Corinda? Okay. And Phil was broadcasting, and I'd never broadcast before, ever. Yeah. And he said, would anybody like to join me on camera? And without thinking about it, I found myself a guest on Phil's show, just chatting to Phil for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And the time just flew, and the questions were easy to answer. And I was just being me. And I came off that show, and there was a buzz. I was on a high, yeah, because live broadcasting is incredible. Live broadcasting on Amazon Live is incredible, because after you finish an Amazon Live show, you're actually definitely on a high, because it's so enjoyable to do these broadcasts, and anybody can do them. Over to Corinda. Corinda's got an explanation. When you say 4 people on screen with broadcast, I want to know what software you're talking about. Was it BeLive? Blab. Yeah, Blab was 4 people on screen. Corinda was on Blab too. Yeah, BeLive is now 8 people on screen. 8 people. So that's basically how I got started in live video, through Phil. And if Phil ever finds this video, hello, sir. Right, okay, today we're actually broadcasting out to Facebook, which is where Corinda is. It's also
Bath and North East Somerset.
Thank you, Alexa. We're also Rayan Halawala has been with us, as Carla Reichman. And thank you both. This was Carla. Thank you. I've got a comment from Carla. I can't fit on the screen, but I will be chasing that up afterwards. I'd also like to say thank you to Jahid and to Inga. Inga would probably like this earlier today. Inga, thank you. And thank you for joining me. Inga I know from BeLive. And just a note, just a shout out, whilst I'm sort of chilling and relaxing, if I put the logo on screen, oh, just a minute. The software I'm using is BeLive, be.live, and the engineering behind everything I'm doing today, everything I'm showing you, playing your video, showing text on screen, showing two cameras on screen, all of that software has been created by a team working in Kyiv in Ukraine. And basically, our thoughts have been with the people of Ukraine since the invasion began. I'm not getting political here, but I do want to show just one thing. If you'll allow me, if I show this. Okay. We've been supporting the people of Ukraine as best we can, and we keep an eye on what's going on. So back to the logo of me. Okay, and thank you for the questions earlier, Corinda. Right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go, I've got comments coming in, just a minute. Scroll down again. And Corinda has started writing long comments as well. Got a question for you. With Samsung Galaxy S22, our mobile with a camera nightography? No, just take a photograph at night. It's so simple, Corinda, because Corinda's got the S22 as well. All you need to do is to take a photograph at night and have some light somewhere, and you'll get, let's just show you. Just a minute. Let me bring this up on screen. If I go backwards here, just a minute. I'm just going through the photographs that are taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. And that's my partner, Angelica. I think we need to go forward again. So let's go forward. Just to answer Corinda's question, I'm going through the photographs taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22. And we got there. Right, Corinda's question. I've got a question for you. With the Samsung Galaxy S22, our mobile, with the camera nightography, it's an app, or I haven't tried nightography, but I can't figure out where it is. You don't have to touch anything. All you have to do is go outside your door at night. This was taken at 11 o'clock at night. Have a little bit of light, like the 4 lights there, which are available on Amazon, but not in the carousel. And you won't be able to see a thing, but your camera can see this. So all you need to do is to take a photograph after it's gone dark. And that's roughly now in the UK, around about 7:30 p.m. Each evening it goes dark. So just go out with your camera and just take photographs. Simple as that. Now, I've seen some samples from people who've got the Ultra like we have, Corinda, and they are just astonishing. So it's not an app. Just go outside, use the camera as normal, and take the photograph. Okay. And if I hide that and go through here, okay, and back to the beginning, all these photographs are taken with the S22, and one of my favorites is this one, and this was just zooming in to get the photographs of the flamingos at Birdland. Birdland is in the Cotswolds in England, and we went out there for the day, and it was just a beautiful day, and it was a pleasure to use the Samsung Galaxy S22 to actually take photographs. So all the images were taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And I was asked the other day to bring the chicken video with me. I've forgotten again. The first video I ever took with the Ultra was was of chickens. So I'm going to bring the chicken video with me tomorrow. Now, just a minute, slight adjustment. As it goes darker, you need extra light. Okay, I accept that. So now you can definitely see me clearly. And over to Corinda for photography. Wait a minute. I use the, just a minute. Let's come back here again. So we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy S22, and somewhere in the carousel is this. Okay, down in the carousel now. When I use the S22, this S22, yeah, that one, and I go out and I take videos at the weekend, I do so with a gimbal, and this is the gimbal. This is, I'm going to put it full screen, autofocus. Okay, this is the DJI OM5 gimbal, which is down the carousel today. And if I get my reading glasses, I can tell you that this is 19% off today. 19% off, $129. We've said that when you take video, yeah, you're not seeing things. My lighting is trying to react and it's not doing a good job. Right. Okay. When you take photographs, yeah, I'm going to put that up just a minute. Let's take Corinda's comment off. Then you can actually see what I'm doing. When you shoot video with your mobile phone, yeah. Okay. There you are. When you shoot video with your mobile phone, as you're walking along, you will go up and down like that, which means the video goes up and down like that. And the resulting video is therefore shaky. Now, if you're just videoing for yourself and your family, it doesn't matter. Okay, because we've all watched shaky video before now. But if you want to take high quality video that you're going to put onto YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or Twitch, you want it to be high quality, and you don't want the jumpiness, then you need a gimbal. Now, this is the DJI OM5. This is the best gimbal I've ever had. I've had several. And just look at the size of that. Compare that with the size of the Zion. Okay, I'm going to go back a bit. That's the size of the Zion. This is the DJI OM5. They're getting shorter. Okay. When you get it, you just unlock it, lift that up. Just a minute. Unlock it, lift that up. That's it. The gimbal is now ready to use. Then that's stage one. Stage two. Okay, stage two. And this is all about getting high quality video from your mobile phone. Yeah. You get a clamp. That is the clamp. The clamp is magnetic. Yeah. You take your mobile phone and about just over halfway down, I'm just doing this live. You attach the clamp. Okay, that's it. You've got your gimbal with a magnet on the top. You've got your phone with a magnet on the back. You just put them together. Okay, that's it. Okay, then I hate demonstrating this, but then you switch it on. Okay, and that's it. It's now ready to use. And if I go like this, nothing will happen. How come nothing happens when I press that button? Anyway, never mind. The beauty of a gimbal is that you can get, I mean, when you're holding the phone here, you're limited to what you can do. With a gimbal, you can go higher. And with the extension, it's got a selfie stick in it. I'm going to go back here. With the extension, yeah, you can go even higher. So if you're at a soccer match and you want to video the soccer match, this gimbal will do it. You can put it down again. But the thing is that you can go to the left over there. You can go to the right over there. You can go to down to ground level. You're not restricted to that. That's the benefit of the gimbal. Two benefits. One, it keeps the image stable, which means you can put it on YouTube. Two, a gimbal can go places that you can't. That's the advantage of a gimbal. The DJI is one of the best gimbals I've ever had, and I've had 3 or 4 now. And over to Corinda, just a minute. And is there an app for DJI where you want to be? You don't need an app to do everything I've talked about now. Going sideways, going up, going down. You don't need an app. All you need is a camera, or in my case, a piece of broadcasting software. When I go live, when I shoot at weekend, I'll tell the backstory to this, Corinda. At weekend, my partner Angelica and I go out and we visit castles, country houses, and national monuments, and we get our steps in. And this is Angelica. Okay. We get our steps in, and I'll come to that in a second. Okay. Now I'll put that back in. I'm going to hide that. Okay. I go out with the gimbal. Yeah. And I shoot images. I shoot video. Go to Stonehenge. The video goes up on YouTube. People watch it. Go to Avebury. Same procedure. Go to Salisbury Cathedral. Yeah. I can shoot video and I can then repurpose it. So it's not just for me. And back to Corinda. So Corinda's question was, yeah, there is an app, Corinda. You can get an app. It's called Memo, M-E-M-O, or something, some such. I haven't got the app. And can you put it on a table? Corinda's leading me on here, as he always does. Just let me click that. To stop it working, you simply switch it off. Okay, and it swirls around. You take your phone off. Okay, you turn that down. I love it when a demonstration goes perfectly. You turn that down and you lock it. Okay, and then you put it back in the bag. But before you put it back in the bag, you take out this, which is a stand, and it's a tripod stand, which is part of the kit, and you can then use the DJI as a tripod and just use it to shoot video of you, okay, facing camera. And we say hello to Chris Garage. Hello, nice to see you. Long time no see. Thank you for actually joining me live today. Right, so we've put the gimbal back together again and locked it. I'm going to take the clamp off. Oh, right, so that's the clamp. So we take our bag, which has got the beautiful DJI symbol on it. We put back the clamp, we put back the stand, and we put back the gimbal. Okay, so I've got all those in there. And fasten it up like so. Okay, no, I'm not going to get too far. And it's so portable. Yeah, put it in your rucksack, just carry it with you. And brilliant. I've got a comment coming in. I'm not going to move. My hands are in the sky. And Marianne Markovitz is saying, background looks great. Can't stay, but wants to pop in and say hello. Thanks for all you do for our group. Marianne, you're most welcome, and thank you for your comment. And thank you for joining me. Okay. And over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, who made the DJI? DJI? I don't know. Alexa, who are DJI?
According to Wikipedia, said DJI Technology Company, Limited or Shenzhen DJI Sciences and Technologies Limited in full, more popularly known as its trade name DJI, which stands for Dejiang Innovations, is a Chinese technology company headquartered in Shenzhen, Guangdong, with manufacturing facilities throughout the world. DJI manufactures commercial unmanned aerial vehicles for aerial photography and videography.
Right. Alexa, thank you.
Anytime.
Right. So, I didn't know that, Corinda. And this is where having an Echo Dot comes in. That voice was, of course, from the Echo Dot, as was the answer. And to Chris. And Chris is saying, drones too. Yep, exactly so. Exactly so. And it's great technology. So Shenzhen in China, to answer your question, Corinda, and we say thank you to Alexa for supplying the answer. And to Chris again, and Chris is saying, Stephen, they make some of the best drones. Bear that in mind, Chris. I get approached by drone companies. Holystone, is that a name that rings a bell? And I've been tempted. I know Nick Wood, my good friend Nick, has gone with Holystone and has been demonstrating theirs, but I'll take your word that DJI, I'll have a look at the DJI. Do I need a pilot's license? Do I need a drone pilot's license to actually fly them? Okay. That's been my first question. Over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying DJI released the Air 2 on... All right, okay. There are 3 of the drones that Chris was talking about. And back to Chris. And Chris is saying... Oh, right, okay. Holystone. I nearly remembered it. Thanks. Brilliant. Okay. And the thing is, I'm going to come to the point here. The best people to talk about drones are the people who fly them. And if I got a drone and I just flew, it would just be a hobby. I don't know the ins and outs of drone flying. I've looked at the drone license in the UK when Holystone first approached me. But I'm going to say, Chris, I'm going to stick to what I know. But if you want to come on the show at some point and actually talk about them, then you're more than welcome to do so. In fact, if you want to broadcast on my page and your page, we can do that. Okay, now, and over to Corinda. And Corinda is saying, Mr. Nick Wood. Yes, Mr. Nick Wood. Nick and I will be back 11 a.m. next Monday with the movie quiz. We do a show on Mondays which has a movie quiz from Trivia Plaza, and we always look forward to doing that broadcast. Right, okay, so let's go down to the carousel. I know we've gone a bit off topic, but when you're doing a 2-hour broadcast, I think you need to take a breather every so often. So thank you for bearing with me, and thank you for all the comments. And a comment coming in now. I've just seen another one. Mr. Nick Wood, yep. Right, okay. Just sticking with the theme of mobile video, because we've just done the gimbal. Yeah. We have just done the gimbal. Down in the carousel is this. Okay, and this is the PowerDewise lapel microphone. If you're going to shoot mobile video, the microphones in mobile phones are good, they're okay. But if you want first class sound, then you need an external lapel microphone. Now, I'm going to show you an external lapel microphone. This is my favorite. It's down in the carousel at the moment. It is $35.99, which is, just a minute, go here. is $35.99, which is a discount today. Needs glasses, just a sec. A discount today of 21% off. So it's 21% off if you click the link in the carousel. Okay, just a reminder. Oh, wait a minute. I keep forgetting to do this. Okay, if you are enjoying the broadcast, then you can follow me to get more information and to get notified when I go live. And it's the best thing you can do. If you're watching a live broadcast on Amazon Live, the best thing you can do to any broadcaster is to follow them to actually say thank you. Because we don't work for Amazon. We're independent. There are 6 of us in the UK. Yeah. 3 of us are on be.live. We're independent. We give you unbiased reviews. The kit, I own 75% of the kit that's in the carousel. So when I talk about something, I can show it to you. Speaking of which, if I go here, I thought I lost it for a moment. This is the PowerDeWise lapel microphone. Now, I'm going to show you one use of a lapel microphone. It is not the only use. I teach courses on Udemy. I teach people how to go live, and I've got 15,000 students on Udemy. And for every video well, if you go to Udemy, perhaps the largest online course site in the world and one of the best, and you pay $50 for a course, and that course includes a lot of video, you want good sound. What you don't want is bad sound. And I use this microphone to record my courses on Udemy. And Udemy are sticklers for high quality. And I got through the quality and just use this microphone. Right. Now it's in a carrying case. And on the back of the carrying case, it says, and I quote, words can change lives. Record them perfectly, and you can with this. Yeah, so this is it. This is just trying to get hold of it. I can go close to the camera. This is here. I'm learning all the time presentation skills. This is the lapel microphone, and you've got a hood over the microphone itself, and then you've got a crocodile clip. Now if you take the crocodile clip and you this is a live demonstration. It's got to work. Just a minute. 2 hours into the broadcast. Right. Okay. If I stand up slowly, there it is. That's it. That's installed. That is now working. And the thing is that the way it works is so simple and so straightforward. What you want to do is cut out background noise on the video and have a clear voice. When I do videos, when I go to Stonehenge and do a video, I prepare the night before and I've got a story to tell about Stonehenge. And as I'm walking around the henge, I actually narrate my story. And this microphone picks up my voice first. No matter the other sounds going on, my body is absorbing those. And the first sound that's heard on a recording is me. Now, there is a problem. Okay. This is my favorite lapel microphone. Yeah. Favoriteest. This is my favorite mobile phone. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, released February this year. In common with Apple 12 and 13, there is no audio socket to plug the microphone into. You can't actually do it. Yeah, there is just no socket on the bottom. So what you actually need is down in the carousel is this, which is a widget, and it's a USB-C to 3.5mm audio adapter. And all you do is you take the lead. I'm going to get close here so you can actually see. You take the lead and you put the lead in there. Yep. And you now got a USB-C. And you take the USB-C and you plug it into your phone like that. Now, as soon as you plug it into your phone, the microphone on the mobile phone cuts out, and the microphone that's actually working is this one. Yeah. And whilst you've got it plugged in, it will stay that way. There is no extra software. You just need to plug it in, and using the widget that is down in the carousel, you can actually get your old lapel, your beautiful favorite lapel microphone working with your Swish mobile phone. Yeah. And having great sound is important. If the video you take is just for family, okay, use the internal microphone. If the video you're shooting is to go on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or Vimeo, consider using a lapel microphone. Okay. Right. And I'm going to take this microphone off now. I'm going to be good. Okay, so the microphone's off. I love the way that the cable actually doesn't unravel. So I can just quickly put this back. I've got stuff everywhere. You better believe I've got things all over my demonstration area. Always happens during a live show. I don't mind it. I just tidy up afterwards. But I'm going to put that back up there. I'm going to put this box away as well. Okay. And I'm going to put the gimbal away. Okay. We're getting there. Right. Okay. Onwards. So back to the carousel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up on screen. So if I take Sail off, and I'll be seeing Angelica in a few moments. And I'm going to bring this on screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to synchronize things. I think I'm going to synchronize things. Just a second. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I've got to find it. I know I put it there. You know when you put something down and you've forgotten where you put it? That's where we're at the moment. Because it should be. Where should it be? Let's go here. It should be just after the watch, which I haven't talked about yet. I'll talk about the watch tomorrow. Okay, I found it. And if you're watching on Facebook, you will see what we're talking about on Amazon Live. If you're watching on Amazon Live, this is the featured item in the carousel. It is a powered USB hub. Now, rant time. Computer manufacturers, PC and Mac, never supply enough USB ports on the machines. We pay hundreds, thousands of dollars for a new computer, and it doesn't have enough USB ports. Right, anyway, the solution is to get external USB ports. And this particular one here turns one USB slot into 7. Okay, now if we take a look down here, just to give me a second, I'm going to go here and I'm going to go desktop. I'm going to bring this on screen. Okay, this is the unit here. Okay, and what you have, you see a load of wires, but what you have is 7 USB A slots and 3 USB charging slots. So from here, I can recharge anything and everything. Okay, 3 charging slots. Each of the slots can be switched on or off. I'm going to try and do this. Just a minute. Okay, you can see the blue light. So if a switch is on, then you get a blue light. And I'm just going to switch one of them off, and the light goes off. And that's how you do it. So you've got 7 USB-A's plugged into the computer there. And I have got, this is the only reason that I have got 4 cameras, 2 microphones, and the Logitech Litralight plugged in at the same time. Each of them is independent. Each of them can be powered on and off independently. They all go through the one USB hub, which is next to me. Yeah. The 7 blue ones, 3 red ones. The blue ones are USB-A connections. The red ones are USB-A power sockets. And the thing is that this means that every device is not reliant on your computer power. You're not taking any power from your computer. The power that you need is coming from the mains. You can switch on and off any of the 7 items at any time. And this unit, as I say, is made, well, it's changed the way I broadcast, because I can now switch between cameras. I can switch between microphones, yeah, easily. Whereas before, I just couldn't do it. I've got the Logitech C920X plugged in. I've talked about it for months, but I haven't been able to show it. Now I've actually got it working, and I'll show you the C920 tomorrow or Thursday. But this is just, to me, is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap of where we've been today. So if we go back, right, we've talked about I'm going to put this down. Hopefully this will work. I'm going to go side by side like this. I'm going to take my logo off. I say logo off. Okay, all right. So we've talked about Logitech Brio and the fact that it's 4K. We've talked about, I'm featuring all these items in the carousel as I go through them. We've talked about the Oswalt Tiny and the Oswalt Tiny Advantage. We've talked about its little brother, which is a 1080p version, 2x zoom. A great place to start with PTZ cameras. Everything I showed you that a 4K camera can do, apart from 4x zoom, can be done by the Oswalt. The thing that we haven't looked at today is the Fitbit Charge 5. Now, this is my 5th Fitbit, and basically I got this to keep me fit. I've just done a 4-mile walk. In actual fact, if I share screen now, if I go here, let me just share screen just to show you. I'm sharing screen. This may or may not work. And go here and come here. Back to me. I'm going to share my screen. This is the walk that I went on today. And it was a 4-mile walk, and I managed to maintain a pace of 20 minutes per mile. And this is why Fitbits are useful. Fitbits actually tracked every single step that I took. And it's a way of keeping fit. Now, if I stop sharing that screen and I share this screen, just a second, come back in a minute. I'm going to tell the full story tomorrow. But if you've got a Fitbit, then what I'm about to show you is totally free. I'm just going to give you an overview of what you get with a Fitbit. You pay the price that's down in the carousel. You then join a Fitbit community. Now, the thing about this is, let's come here and go picture in picture. Not that way. Okay. The price down in the carousel for the Charge 5 is 128, just a minute. Name the glasses. 128.54. It's 14% off today. The Fitbit has one job. It's come back to me, and I'll show you a cook's tour. Fitbit has one job, and I'm trying to come back to me. Okay. Just give me a second. This is how I keep fit. And as you've just seen, I walked 4 miles today. This is the Fitbit Charge, and it's the first Fitbit. This is the first Fitbit that is actually in colour. You can see it's 6 o'clock in the UK. Okay. It's 1 o'clock where you are. I appreciate that. And basically what it's doing, I'm going to have to research this more, is keeping track. The green line is my steps. The orange line is, well, basically it's monitoring your health. And I've had 5, and my 5th one is this. It's the Charge 5 down in the carousel. There's no subscription unless you want there to be. What I'm about to describe to you is available if you don't pay another cent. You've got community. And the community has 2 challenges. One of the problems with keeping fit is motivation. If you join the groups on Facebook, you've got people there on the site, Fitbit site. You've got people who will motivate you. You can monitor your sleep. You can monitor your weight. You can keep a food diary. You can monitor your steps. And if I go here, the watch keeps your steps today and for a few days. But on the website, you can see I've done 4 miles today. So I've done 4 miles today. I've done 20 miles this week, 87 miles this month. But the one that interests me is how many miles have I done this year? And I use the Fitbit to keep track of the number of miles that I do. So my own personal target is to do 1,000 miles a year. I know then I will be staying fit. Yeah, and that's what I've tried to do. My partner Angelica takes part in challenges, and Angelica yesterday completed 1,000 miles. She walked 1,000 miles between January and September this year. And Angelica has the same Fitbit as I do. Yeah, we're both Fitbit fanatics. Been doing this for 8 years, and it's kept us fit. I say Angelica's done 1,000 miles. I've done about 800. But this is basically, with this, it's got GPS. So let me take you here again. And if we go back to my dashboard, yeah, and I go here, just a second, let's wait for the dashboard to come up. Okay, and I go here. Because it's got GPS, when you finish your walk, you get a map of where you went. So yesterday we did 2.98 miles. Now the 2.98 miles was a figure of 8. And what the watch is telling us, both Angelica and I, we can compare. We actually sit down when we've done a walk. We actually sit down and compare notes. So you get with the Charge 5, it's got GPS, so you get a map of where you just walked. In addition to that, you get your pace throughout the walk, and as it changes, it's just fascinating information. It shows you your heart rate through the walk. It shows when it went up, and it went up when your heart rate goes up, you're actually burning fat, and this is logging the fat burn during the walk. Yeah, so did that long walk and only had 8 minutes fat burn. Calories burned says only 6, but did 5,866 steps. That's 383 calories burned and 47 super active minutes. So when you get a Fitbit, what you're actually getting is you're getting a device which will motivate you. Yeah. It's not just, this is just a piece of hardware. Behind this hardware is the community. I know people from around the world. The people who are in the Fitbit community go to Fitbit, register, so you get your warranty. Then join the community. Now, the community is millions of people from around the globe, all of whom want to stay fit. And you make friends because you want to cheer each other on. One of the things about trying to keep fit is this. normally, when you want to keep fit, you set yourself a New Year's resolution, say, I'm going to walk 4 miles a day in January 2023. Now, apart from the obvious that is a bit steep, but never mind. You start off the first week and it's no problem. Second week, then gradually, you've got your family and friends supporting you, but gradually you tail off. And that's human nature. We all do that. It's not just you, it's me as well, and Angelica. If you're a member of Fitbit.com, you've got people cheering for you. There are 2 challenges each week, which are run by members, for members, and are totally free. They are step challenges. There's a ladder. There's a ladder for Monday to Friday. There is a ladder for weekend. The idea is to be at the top of the ladder. Okay. My idea is to be somewhere in the middle. I'm happy. But the thing is that every time I go out my door, I've given permission for the people in my ladder to see what I'm doing. They can see that I've just done a 3-mile walk. They can congratulate me. They can cheer me on. And what you've got, you actually build a group of friends who are mutually supportive, who are actually telling you you're doing well. And it doesn't stop. I've been doing this for years. It doesn't stop. You can join different ladders with different challenges. It's a great, motivation is the biggest problem. In keeping fit, motivation is the biggest problem. Now, I'm very lucky if we go here. Okay, most of the land around me, that figure 8, is actually flat. And we can walk around and as you can see, I don't know that it's showing the elevation. It's not actually showing the elevation, but you can see our heart rate went up when we went uphill. Okay. And the idea of walking is to have more orange zones, because if you've got the orange zones, you're burning fat. Now, just a caveat, I am not a medical professional. I'm only telling you from my experience. Okay, now a bit more on the Fitbits, on the broadcast. As I say, I'm live again. Let's go here. I'm live every weekday, 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll be back tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you again. If you do drop in on one of my broadcasts on Amazon Live, I say thank you. And just ask me a question. Okay. And I want to say thank you to Chris, to Corinda, and to Rayan for actually joining me live and commenting. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and I will see you all again soon. This has been Stephen in Wiltshire, in England, enjoying life on Amazon Live. Take care. Bye for now. If you need any advice, just drop by tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Bye for now.